Hello everybody, welcome back to another vlog. We're going to be doing a much needed self-care night tonight. I've been doing some traveling for the past 2 weeks or so. I was in Nashville for 1 week and I was also doing some dog sitting for a friend for 1 week. So I'm finally back home for a couple weeks and it is the perfect day to do a self-care day because it is raining outside and I'm finished with all of my work and it's just so cozy. The cozy vibes are here, so we're going to do a little bit of a self-care night. But before we start with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little haul that I got. I got a very exciting package in the mail and I'm so excited to show you. This is the box that we got in the mail today. This is by Stitchfix, which if you didn't know, it's basically like a personal stylist where you send them your personal style preferences as well as your sizes, and a personal stylist will go and pick out items for you and they'll send them to you. You can get them and try them on for free, and if you don't like them, you get to send them back to them with no charge. But if you do like them, you get to buy them from Stitchfix themselves, and they make it a super easy process. So I actually have a link in my description for some money off for you guys if you guys want it. This is not a sponsored video. I just really like their products and I've gotten 2 fixes from them so far and I've only had to return 2 things. So we are very excited about this box. Let's go ahead and open it and do a little bit of a try on haul. So here's the first shirt that they gave me. So it's actually sort of cropped, but to my jeans. So it's not like a super duper crop top, which I like. I don't like it when it shows my stomach, but I like when it's like just barely at my pants line. So this is actually really comfy and cute. And it's just a nice like basic white tee, so I definitely think I'm going to keep this. It's very soft too, so I really like this. I think this is definitely a keeper. This is the second top option that they sent me. It has a little pocket up here, which is kind of fun. I don't know if I like this. This is kind of like a maybe. It's very soft though, and I do like the color story, so I don't really know about this one, but the good part is that I can just return it if I don't like it, and it's no charge to me, so I'm not too sure about it. I'll probably ask for a second opinion from some other people just to see what they think. But yeah, it's not bad, not great. Here is the third top that they sent me. It's a little bit more fancy, a little bit more businessy, and I really, really love this. It looks a little bit more pink on the camera, but it's actually like a nice royal deep purple, and it is so, so pretty, also so comfy, and this is actually very stretchy. So I thought I was gonna have a hard time getting this over my head, but it's actually very, very comfortable. So I definitely think this is going to be a keeper. I love the sleeves. It's just so cute. So definitely keeping this one. All right, I moved you a little bit further back so that you can see this, but this is the dress that they sent me. It's so pretty and it's very soft, although I'm not too sure about the fit. This is a retieable like string, so maybe I could cinch it in a little bit more, but I do really like the look of it. I just don't know if I like it on me personally. So this is kind of a maybe too. I went ahead and tried the dress on differently. I don't have a bra on it anymore, and it actually fits really nicely without the bra, which is interesting. So I'm actually going to keep the dress because it is very comfy. I actually think this is going to be a good wedding guest dress for me in the fall because I am going to a wedding. So I think we're actually keeping this. This is the last thing in this box, and it is a little matching set. It is so, so comfy. It has this hoodie, so it does have a hood on the back of it, which is fun. And then it also has these sleep shorts with pockets, and they're very deep pockets too. So I definitely think that this set is going to be a keeper. It is so, so comfy, and honestly, this might end up being my pajamas for tonight. This lighting is turning very orange very fast because we're running out of daylight, but now that we've tried everything on from Stitch Fix, I'm going to first check out so that we don't forget to do that because there is a sort of short window to do that. But anyways, once we're done with that, we're going to head into the bathroom where I am going to show you my everything shower routine because we are doing everything. We are washing the hair, going to try and find my hair mask. I don't know where it went, but we're going to try and do that. We're also going to do a face mask when we get out of the shower and start doing my skincare. It's just going to be a whole vibe, and I'm so, so excited. Checking out is super easy with Stitch Fix. Go to the checkout tab and tell Stitch Fix if you plan on keeping the piece or returning it. Then answer a few simple questions and leave a review. You can also tell your stylist any other information that they should know, and Stitch Fix will ask you if you want to keep your same stylist, go with a different one, or have them choose for your next fix. Once you've picked the pieces you're keeping, check out as normal and your next fix will be automatically scheduled depending on your preferences. Check out the link in my description for more information. We've come into my parents' bathroom so that I can dry my hair, but first we're going to go in with some like damage control spray. This is a heat protectant and it helps with like breakage and stuff. It's by Aveda, same company as my shampoo and conditioner. This is the Brilliant Damage Control Spray. So we're just gonna spray this everywhere. There we go. We're gonna lightly brush through it with a paddle comb because wet hair is prone to breakage. We're going to gently do that real fast. I'm going to keep it out too so that in between I can spray it with some more. So now I'm going to go in with some Speed of Light spray. It's a blow dry accelerator. My hair is so thick that if I didn't use this, it would take like an hour to just blow dry. So we're just going to spray this everywhere as well. We're going to use my trusty little Revlon brush dryer to dry my hair today. It makes your hair nice and straight, and my hair is so heavy that it just automatically is straight now. It used to be really wavy, but I just have so much hair that it's being weighed down. I have a haircut next week, so we'll see what we want to do with that, but for now we're just going to dry it straight. So I'm going to plug this in and go ahead and time-lapse you through me drying, and then we're going to do one last step. I know it doesn't look that different to you, but it is much drier now. So I left it to be about 95% dry, just so that when I put this last thing in my hair, it has something a little bit to grip onto. But it says you can put it on both wet or dry hair, which is cool. This is the Leave-In Hair Mask by Batiste. It's their smoothing one to seal split end is what it says. So this is a good like repairing mask so that in between your trims and things, you can sort of nourish your ends and make them so that they don't break. So we're going to throw some of this in my hair, and I've only used this one time, but I absolutely loved the results I got from this. I also only used it on wet hair, so I'm interested to see what it looks like on somewhat dry hair. So we're going to just run this through. It feels a lot like a styling gel, kind of. It's like a mixture between a gel and a cream. It's got like the gel texture, but in a cream formula. It also smells really good. I don't know what the smell actually is, but whatever it is, it smells really, really good. It smells like a spa or something. I want to keep my hair straight this time around, so we're not going to put it in any sort of braid or anything. Sometimes I will, just to make it a little bit more wavy, but today we're just going to leave it straight. So there is the hair care for the night, and it feels so good to have washed hair. We're going to brush our teeth next. I'm going to try and do this kind of quietly because it's very echoey in here, but we're going to use my good old Oral-B electric toothbrush and Sensodyne toothpaste to brush our teeth. And then after that, we're going to wash our face. I already did all of the makeup cleansing, so we don't have to do a double cleanse this time, but I am still going to go in with my Cetaphil Foaming Hydrating Cleanser. So those are the two steps that we're going to be doing right now. We're all washed and things, I think it's time to do a face mask. I've not done one of these in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to it. This is the Get Your Glow On Skin Brightening Peel Mask from Formula 10.0.6. I've not used this, but I got this as a like little sample in a set, so I'm intrigued to see how this works. I'm feeling a little bit dull. I have just come off of my period, so we have a lot of like acne scarring and things, and we want to brighten that up. So hopefully this does the trick. I'm excited about it. It has papaya and citrus extracts in it, so hopefully it isn't too, I don't really know what the word is. Hopefully it's not too irritating to my skin, and it's already sort of coming out of this tube here, so we're going to go ahead and just start applying it. I wish I brought my little spatula that I use to apply masks because this is very sticky. I don't know how long you're supposed to leave it on, but I'll read that once we're done applying all of this. I'm looking at the mirror behind you, by the way. If you see me looking off into the distance, I'm not just spacing out. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This smells really good, by the way. Like, you can really smell the papaya in here. Let's see how long it says to leave it on. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes, then peel off. So we're going to leave it until I guess it's dry, and then we just peel it off starting from the bottom. I feel like in one of these skincare bags that I had my little spatula. Yes, I do. So we'll get a little bit more. It was just so sticky. A lot of it was left on my hands. So I'm going to get a little bit more and sort of even it out a little bit. And then we're going to wait a little while and then peel it off and see what happens. I wish I could see it because it's clear. So I don't really know where I'm applying it and where it's like not applied at all, but it feels sticky everywhere. So I'm assuming that it's everywhere. That's the problem with having clear masks, is you don't really know where everything is, you know? So we're going to let that sit, and in the meantime, I'm actually going to take off my nail polish. I did this for my Nashville trip 2 weeks ago, and I've not had time to take them off, so we are looking quite crusty. We're going to remove this using the Q-Tex nail polish remover and some cotton rounds. So we're going to do this while this dries, and then once it's dry, we'll take it off and do the rest of my skincare. No, just Spotify. I'm doing my nails.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too.
Sorry to interrupt your
No, it's okay.
videos?
Yep. Not quite.
No.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, hon.
That was my father. Just so you know. Shiny, and it is dry mostly anyway, so I'm going to peel this off. I'm going to try and do it on camera, but it's kind of hard, and I'm sorry if I just knock into you, but I don't know where the edge of this is, so that's fun. Where do we start peeling? Oh. I tried moving the camera so that I could get a little closer up, but I'm honestly not sure how this is going at all. I don't even know where the edges are. I peeled all of this cheek off. I feel like I'm grabbing at nothing. Oh, you can see it there. Kinda. I'm basically just looking for the shiny parts at this point because now I can kind of tell where the stuff is. It's just coming off in little pieces. I think I put it on a little too thin, so we might have to just go and wash the rest of this off, which is honestly kind of sad, but we got a couple good peels, so I'm gonna try and get the rest of this off, and then I'll be right back. All right, we're all washed, and I think that my skin looks pretty good. Is that still sticky? I can't really tell. Feels a little bit sticky. Maybe I didn't get all of it off. I might have to go and rewash, or at least re-rinse. I think it's coming off though as I'm rubbing it. It's not quite as sticky anymore. I definitely think I put that mask on a little too thin, but we're feeling pretty good. Pretty glowy, I'd say. I think it did its job. So now we're going to go through the rest of my skincare. I'm going to first go with my Beekman 1802 ceramide drops. I love these, and they're a little expensive, but I'm running out of them. So there's one by Cocoa Kind that I'm going to try next. They're like barrier serum, and it's like half the price of this one. So if I like that one, I'll probably just keep using it until this one goes on sale again, because I got this one for Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, and I do really like it, but again, it is kind of expensive on a normal day, so I will only really get this if it's on sale. We're also going to use a little spot treatment for these 2 marks down here. I don't know where they came from, but they popped up at my conference last week and they haven't really gone away very fast. So now that I have access to my spot treatment, hopefully they'll go away a little faster. And then the last thing that we're going to do today, because we did a face mask, I'm not going to do any other active ingredients, but we're going to seal everything in with a good old moisturizer. This one is from Verse. It's their Skin Soak Rich Moisture Cream. I love this stuff. It's a good thick moisturizer, but it doesn't have any sort of shea butters or things that will clog your pores because I do have acne prone skin. Non-pore clogging ingredients is great, but we're going to seal everything in with a nice thick layer of this. There we go. I'm also going to throw on some lip balm. I need to find it because I don't know where it is. It's not in my little skincare section over here, so I'm going to be right back. Here we are. So this is the EOS one. I think they're like milk and honey flavor. I don't know. Whatever it is, it does the trick. So there we go. We are all moisturized and ready. So all of the hygiene things are pretty much done. I think now I'm going to do a little bit of a declutter of my room now that I have things everywhere, and then we'll start getting settled for the night. Self-care that I like to do that isn't just like putting potions all over my body is actually doing a little bit of journaling. This is my bullet journal that I actually just restarted last week because I just felt the inkling to and I was bored, so I did a little bit of a redesign, and I decided to start making some trackers and things like that to help practice gratitude and try and better myself a little bit. So I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. I have my daily highlight that I like to do, or at least I have been liking to do for the past 3 days. And then I also have my phone tracker that I'm going to fill out for yesterday, because I do still like to go on my phone until basically I fall asleep, which I know is bad, but we're taking baby steps here. So I'm going to fill out yesterday's phone tracker and today's daily highlight, and then I think that'll probably be it for this video because I am kind of tired. So that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my little self-care night unfold. It was so nice to have one of these again. I've not done this in a long time and I really needed it. So if you guys have done a self-care night recently or along with me, let me know in the comments what you guys do, because they are some of my favorite things ever to film and do myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it, and definitely subscribe for videos from me if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.